Imagine this: you are 85 years old. You're sitting in a quiet room, and a wave of clarity washes over you. You realize, with a startling and undeniable certainty, that you are in the final decade of your life. This isn't a morbid thought, it's a statistical reality. The question that floods your mind isn't, "How much time do I have left?" but rather, "What is the quality of the time I have left?" This moment of reckoning doesn't have to be filled with fear or regret. In fact, it can be the beginning of the most intentional, fulfilling, and surprisingly joyful chapter of your entire life. This is not about chasing a mythical fountain of youth or desperately trying to look 50 when you're 80. This is about a profound shift in perspective, a deliberate and conscious design of your days to maximize meaning, connection, and simple, profound pleasure. We are going to embark on a journey together, a blueprint for transforming these coming years from a period of slow decline into a grand, beautiful finale, a decade you will not only cherish but actively enjoy day after day. The first and most critical step in this transformation is perhaps the most difficult, because it requires a complete mental overhaul. We must, first and foremost, make peace with our own mortality. This sounds heavy, I know, but stay with me. Making peace with death is not giving up on life, it is the very act of claiming its power. When you truly, deeply accept that your time is finite and precious, every single sunrise becomes a gift. The taste of your morning coffee becomes a symphony. The sound of a loved one's laughter becomes a treasure stored directly in your soul. This acceptance liberates you from the trivial worries that have likely consumed so much of your energy until now. That argument you had 20 years ago, its weight vanishes. The desire to keep up with the Joneses, it becomes a laughable absurdity. The fear of what people think of you, it dissolves into irrelevance. This mental space, cleared of this clutter, is now fertile ground for joy. It allows you to focus with laser precision on what truly, genuinely matters to you. And what matters, as decades of psychological and sociological research consistently show, is not wealth or fame, but connection. This leads us to the second pillar of this new chapter, the intentional cultivation of your social world. In your final decade, your circle will likely become smaller, and that is not only okay, it is an opportunity. This is the time to be ruthlessly selective about who you give your time to. Energy is your most valuable currency now, more valuable than money. You must invest it wisely. This means actively nurturing the relationships that fill you with light and warmth. It means having the courage to gently distance yourself from the relationships that drain you, that leave you feeling anxious or diminished. Your time is too precious for that. Prioritize deep, meaningful conversations over superficial small talk. Reconnect with an old friend you haven't spoken to in years. You will be amazed at how quickly the years melt away. Forge new friendships with people of all ages. Young people can infuse you with a wonderful sense of perspective and vitality. And perhaps most importantly, be open to vulnerability. Share your stories, your fears, your joys. This vulnerability is the glue of deep connection. It tells the people you love that they are safe to be their authentic selves with you, creating a reciprocal flow of support and affection that is the very essence of a life well lived. This foundation of mental peace and rich social connection is the bedrock upon which we will build everything else. It is the non-negotiable starting point for a decade of profound enjoyment. Before we move to the next crucial element, I want you to do something for yourself right now. If you are finding value in this, if this message is resonating with you, please pay it forward. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and share this video with just one person in your life who you think would benefit from this conversation. You are not just clicking a button. You are joining a community dedicated to living well, right until the very end. Now let's continue. With our minds oriented towards peace and our hearts open to deep connection, we now turn to the very vessel that carries us through this final, magnificent decade, our physical body. Now I can already hear the objections. My body is failing me. It's too late to get healthy. I have too many aches and pains. I hear you, and I am not here to tell you to run a marathon or become a bodybuilder. The goal is not peak performance, the goal is optimized living. It is about maximizing your physical capacity for joy, for comfort, and for independence for as long as humanly possible. This is about functional fitness in its true sense. Can you get out of a chair without assistance? Can you walk through a park and feel the sun on your face? Can you play with your grandchild on the floor? These are the marathons that matter. And every small, consistent action you take adds up to a monumental difference in your quality of life. Let's start with movement. Forget grueling, hour-long gym sessions. Think instead about consistent, gentle, joyful movement. The single most powerful thing you can do is walk. A daily walk, even if it's just 10 minutes to start, is a miracle drug. It boosts your mood, strengthens your bones, improves your cardiovascular health, and maintains your mobility. Find a beautiful place to walk. A local park, a quiet neighborhood, and make it a ritual. Pair it with something you love, like listening to an audiobook or a favorite podcast, and it becomes something you look forward to, not a chore. Beyond walking, focus on two key areas: balance and strength. Simple balance exercises like standing on one foot while holding onto a counter can dramatically reduce your risk of a fall, which is one of the greatest threats to independence in later life. Similarly, maintaining strength in your legs and core is crucial. Think about sitting down in a chair and standing up without using your hands. That is a fundamental human movement worth preserving. You don't need weights. Your own body weight is sufficient. Now let's talk about nourishment. Again, this is not about a drastic, unsustainable diet. It's about strategic eating for energy and vitality. As we age, our nutritional needs change. We often need more protein to prevent muscle loss, more calcium and vitamin D for bone health, and more fiber for digestive health. This isn't about deprivation, it's about addition. Add a serving of colorful vegetables to your lunch. Add a source of lean protein like Greek yogurt or fish to your dinner. Make hydration a primary focus. Dehydration is incredibly common in older adults and can mimic symptoms of dementia and cause debilitating fatigue. Keep a water bottle with you and sip throughout the day. And let's be perfectly clear, joy is a part of nourishment. That slice of birthday cake, that occasional treat is part of a life well lived. The key is the overall pattern, not any single meal. Finally, and this is absolutely critical, become a relentless advocate for your own health within the medical system. Do not be a passive recipient of care. Go to your doctor's appointments with a list of questions. If something doesn't feel right, persist. Ask, why? When a new medication is prescribed. Understand the side effects. Seek second opinions if you are not satisfied. Your body is your lifelong home, and you are its chief caretaker. By moving with purpose, eating with intention, and taking charge of your healthcare, you are not just adding years to your life, you are adding life to your years. You are ensuring that your body remains a capable and comfortable partner in your adventures rather than a prison that limits them. This physical foundation gives you the freedom to fully engage with the next element we will explore, the profound power of your mind and spirit. And as we delve deeper into this blueprint for a joyful final chapter, your engagement is what fuels this community. If this is making you think, if it's giving you hope, please let me know by leaving a comment below. Tell me one small change you are inspired to make after listening to this. Your story could be the inspiration someone else desperately needs to hear today. A peaceful mind, a connected heart, and a cared-for body create a powerful triad for well-being. But to truly thrive in your final decade, we must ignite the most enduring parts of ourselves, our curiosity and our sense of purpose. This is where we move from merely maintaining to actively flourishing. For far too long, society has sold us a destructive lie about aging, that it is a time to wind down, to disengage, to step aside. Nothing could be further from the truth. Your final decade can be one of the most intellectually and creatively fertile periods of your entire life, precisely because you are often liberated from the pressures of building a career and raising a family. You have the gift of time, and how you use that gift is everything. The first and most powerful tool at your disposal is lifelong learning. Your brain is a muscle, and like any muscle, It must be used or it will atrophy. But learning now is not about passing exams or impressing a boss. It is about the pure, unadulterated joy of discovery. What have you always been curious about? The history of Rome, the fundamentals of astrophysics, the life of Beethoven, the art of baking sourdough bread. Now is the time to dive in. The resources available to you are staggering. You can audit university classes for free online, devour documentaries, or lose yourself in the rich, detailed narratives of history books. Learn a new language. Studies show it can help delay the onset of cognitive decline. Take up a musical instrument. The coordination and focus required are a superb workout for your brain. This ongoing learning does more than just keep your mind sharp, it gives you a constant sense of growth and achievement. It makes you a more interesting person to others and, more importantly, to yourself. It infuses your days with a sense of novelty and wonder that is a direct antidote to boredom and stagnation. Closely linked to this is the power of creativity. You do not have to be a professional artist to be creative. Creativity is simply the act of bringing something new into existence from your own imagination. It could be gardening, arranging flowers, writing poetry or memoirs for your family, woodworking, knitting, photography, or even curating the perfect playlist for a friend. The act of creating is a profound source of fulfillment. It is a tangible expression of your inner world. It allows you to problem solve, to make beauty, and to leave a unique mark on the world. When you are engaged in a creative flow state, time disappears, and with it, your worries and aches. It is a form of active meditation that nourishes the soul. Alongside learning and creating, we must address the concept of legacy. This word can feel intimidating, as if you need to have a building named after you. Let's reframe it. Your legacy is not some grand, monolithic thing. It is the sum total of the love you have given, the wisdom you have shared, and the memories you have created in the people you touch. It is the story your grandchildren will tell about you. It is the advice you gave a neighbor that changed their perspective. It is the kindness you showed a stranger. Being intentional about your legacy means actively looking for opportunities to deposit goodwill, wisdom, and love into the emotional banks of the people around you. Share your stories. Tell people what they have meant to you. Forgive old grudges. This act of tying up emotional loose ends is incredibly freeing and adds a deep, resonant meaning to your daily interactions. By committing to being a lifelong learner, an active creator, and a thoughtful architect of your legacy, you ensure that your mind and spirit remain vibrant, engaged, and passionately alive right until your very last breath. If this vision of a curious, creative, and purposeful final chapter excites you, imagine what it could do for others in your life. Please take a second to share this video on your social media or send it directly to a friend or family member. You are not just sharing a video, you are offering a new perspective on life itself. We've built a strong foundation for the mind, body, and spirit. Now, let's talk about the stage upon which this final act of your life will play out: your environment and your relationship with time and money. These are the practical, tangible elements that can either support your joy or constantly undermine it. First, your physical environment, your home. For decades, your home may have been a place for raising a family, for hosting large gatherings, for storing a lifetime of accumulation. Now, its primary purpose must shift. It must become your sanctuary, a place of comfort, safety, and ease. This almost certainly requires a great, deliberate edit. I am talking about decluttering, not as a spring cleaning chore, but as a profound therapeutic process. Every object you own carries an energy. It either serves you or it drains you. A house cluttered with unused possessions, memories attached to negative events, or simply stuff you feel obligated to keep, creates a low-grade background noise of stress and anxiety. The process of letting go is liberating. Go through your belongings room by room, category by category. Ask yourself of each item, does this bring me joy? Do I use this regularly? Does it serve a vital purpose for me now? If the answer is no, thank it for its service and let it go. Donate it, give it to a family member who will cherish it, or if it's no longer useful, discard it. This creates physical and mental space. It makes your home easier to clean and navigate, reducing your risk of falls. It surrounds you only with things that are beautiful, useful, or deeply meaningful. This is the essence of creating a sanctuary. Furthermore, consider simple modifications to age in place, safely and comfortably. Install grab bars in the shower, ensure you have good lighting, especially on staircases, and remove tripping hazards like loose rugs. This isn't about making your home look like a hospital, it's about making it a fortress of your independence. Now, let's talk about the two most precious resources you have left: time and money. Your relationship with both needs a radical shift. Time is no longer a resource to be spent efficiently on productivity. It is the very substance of your life. This means becoming fiercely protective of your time. Learn to say no gracefully, but firmly to requests and obligations that do not align with your core values of joy, connection, and peace. Your yes becomes incredibly powerful, reserved only for the people and activities that truly light you up. Every morning, ask yourself, how can I make today a beautiful day? It might be as simple as reading a book in the sunshine, calling a friend, or cooking a favorite meal. This is active living, not passive waiting. As for finances, this is the time for a clear-eyed assessment. The goal is to free yourself from financial anxiety so you can focus on living. Work with a trusted family member or a fee-only financial advisor to get a crystal clear picture of your situation. Create a simple budget that ensures your security, but also allocates funds for joy. This is crucial. Do not fall into the trap of hoarding every penny out of fear. What are you saving for? This is the rainy day. This is the time to use your resources to enhance your quality of life. That might mean hiring a cleaner to free up your energy, ordering groceries online if getting to the store is difficult, or, most importantly, using money to create experiences. Funding a family reunion, taking a grandchild on a trip, or going to see a play you've always wanted to see. Money in your final decade is a tool for freedom and joy, not an end in itself. By crafting a supportive environment and consciously managing your time and money as tools for enrichment, you remove the practical barriers to happiness, allowing the deeper work of the spirit to shine through unimpeded. We are building a comprehensive plan here, and your thoughts are invaluable. What is the biggest challenge you face in creating your ideal living environment? Is it decluttering, safety, or something else? Let's continue the conversation down in the comments. Your input helps shape the content of this channel to better serve you. We have journeyed together through the mental, social, physical, intellectual, and practical dimensions of designing an enjoyable final decade. We've talked about making peace with mortality, deepening connections, moving and nourishing our bodies, igniting our curiosity, crafting our legacy, and optimizing our environment and resources. This is a powerful, holistic blueprint. But there is one final, overarching ingredient that binds it all together, that transforms this checklist of actions into a state of being. That ingredient is the conscious cultivation of joy in the present moment. This is the master key. Your final decade can be filled with a profound, quiet, and resilient happiness that is not dependent on external circumstances. This is about finding the extraordinary within the ordinary. It is about a deep appreciation for the simple, sensory experiences of being alive. It is the practice of mindfulness, not as a complex meditation technique, but as a gentle returning to the now. It is feeling the warm water on your hands while you wash dishes. It is truly tasting the sweetness of a ripe strawberry. It is listening to the rhythm of the rain against your window. It is feeling the softness of a well-loved blanket. When you anchor yourself in these present moment sensations, you escape the regrets of the past and the anxieties about the future. You realize that life is happening right here, right now, in 1,000 beautiful ways you were too busy to notice before. This practice of deep appreciation is the antidote to taking things for granted. It is the recognition that every single day you wake up is a victory, a new opportunity for love and experience. This also means giving yourself permission to fully feel and process the entire spectrum of human emotion. This final decade will not be without its challenges. There will be loss, there will be grief, There will be physical discomfort. A joyful life is not a life without pain. It is a life where joy and pain can coexist. It is the understanding that grief is the price we pay for love, and that feeling it deeply is a testament to the depth of your connections. Allow yourself to feel sad when you need to, but don't live there. Reach out, talk about your losses, honor your feelings, then consciously guide your attention back to something that brings you a moment of comfort or peace. A photograph, a piece of music, a memory. This is emotional resilience. It is the ability to bend without breaking. Finally, weave all of these threads together into a daily practice of gratitude. Gratitude is not just a feeling, it is an active lens through which you view your world. At the end of each day, before you sleep, mentally list 3 things you were grateful for that day. They can be monumental or microscopic. The important thing is the consistency of the practice. This rewires your brain to actively scan for the good, for the beautiful, for the positive. Over time, this creates a default setting of appreciation that colors your entire experience. You begin to see your life not as a story winding down, but as a rich tapestry woven with threads of love, learning, struggle, triumph, and immense beauty. Your final decade, approached with this level of intention, becomes your masterpiece. It is not an epilogue to your life, it is its powerful, poignant, and deeply satisfying climax. You have the power, the wisdom, and the right to make it the most enjoyable chapter of all. You now have the map. The journey is yours to begin. This is not a passive process, it is the most active and important work of your life. And you do not have to do it alone. This community is here for you. If this video has given you a new sense of hope and possibility, I need you to take action right now. First, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss our ongoing conversations about living a life of purpose and joy at every age. Second, share this video with everyone you care about. Start a conversation with your spouse, your siblings, your friends. Ask them, how do we want our final chapters to look? And third, I want to hear from you. What is the one insight from today that resonated most deeply with you? What is the first small step you will take this very week? Leave a comment below. Your journey, your story, your first step could be the spark that inspires someone else to transform their own life. Let's support each other in crafting final decades that are not about endings, but about becoming our most authentic, joyful, and complete selves. Thank you for watching, and remember, your best chapter could start today.